This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for 17 News at Noon. I'm Nicole Gitsky. We begin with a scary situation in Delano this morning after residents had to evacuate following a potentially hazardous situation. Now, according to the Kern County Fire Department, a structure fire broke out just before 2:30 at the Solero & Sons Cold Storage on Glenwood Street. KCFD says when crews arrived, they realized the dangers of that fire immediately, requesting a 2-alarm fire along with help from a hazmat team and Kern County Environmental Health.
This fire here compromised the storage or distribution systems that would hold ammonia. Ammonia is toxic to individuals as well as fire risk. Because of the ammonia leak that did occur, there were evacuations that were made.
Delano Elementary School District was placed on a 2-hour delay due to the smoke from this fire. An evacuation center was also set up, helping aid those displaced during that time. And at this time, all evacuation orders have been lifted. Also this morning, police were led on a dangerous pursuit in central Bakersfield. And the pursuit ended at Truxton Avenue and V Street. 17 News followed the chase early this morning around 4 o'clock. It appeared police tried using spike strips at least once to stop the driver. At one point, our crew saw the pursuit go onto the West Side Parkway. Now, police haven't released any details about the chase, but video shows several officers searching through a white SUV. And we're working to get more details from police, and we'll bring you the latest as we learn more. Meantime, the sheriff's office is investigating after a man was shot in East Bakersfield. It happened just before 9:30 last night on Bernard Street near Robinson Street. That's where police found a man who had been shot. Deputies say he was taken to a hospital, but his condition is not known. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Kern County Sheriff's Office at 861-3110. Now to the latest on coronavirus in Kern County as we continue to get daily reports of hundreds of new cases and multiple deaths. Now, Public Health announced 4 new deaths and more than 600 new cases today. By our count, at least 113 people have died since vaccines became available to everyone 12 and older. Public Health lists diabetes and hypertension as the leading comorbidities of pre-existing conditions, but that database has not been updated in more than 4 months. Now, 147 people have died in Kern County from COVID-19 during that previous update. Meantime, masks must be worn to enter any Kern County Superior Court buildings beginning on Tuesday. Now, according to a court news release, masks are required regardless of vaccination status. They must completely cover the nose and mouth. Face shields, gaiters, bandanas, and scarves will not be accepted. Also, jurors must state their vaccination status during juror orientation, according to that release. Those who cannot safely wear a mask because of a disability can submit a request by emailing hr@kern.courts.ca.gov. Well, Cal State Bakersfield is working to get their students vaccinated ahead of the deadline this month. CSUB's students, faculty, and staff are encouraging everyone to submit proof of COVID-19 vaccination if they want to return to campus. By the end of the month, those who want to opt out for health or religious reasons must submit an appeal. Those who have not provided proof of vaccination or have been exempted must be tested weekly starting October 1st.
Clinica Sierra Vista is now offering rapid COVID-19 testing and COVID-19 vaccinations. Call 833-278-4584 to make your appointment. But don't delay. Clinica Sierra Vista, putting patients first.
Meantime, U.S. health officials expect Moderna to miss President Biden's September 20th deadline to have their booster shots ready for wide release. Now, health officials have reportedly told the White House that the FDA needs more time to review Moderna's application, saying the drug maker's data was inadequate and needs strengthening. The White House has said they will follow the science during this process and only move forward when the reviews and recommendations are complete. Health regulators do expect the Pfizer booster shot to be ready to go by September 20th. The Biden administration has planned on offering COVID-19 boost shots to all Americans in the 3rd week of September. By that timeline may be pushed back because of that with Moderna. We'll take a look ahead. The Labor Day weekend is finally here, and millions of Americans are planning on hitting the roadway for the final trip of summer. But many people are postponing or canceling their trips right now due to the recent surge in COVID-19 cases. Now, Adobe Travel says domestic flight bookings are down 16% compared to Labor Day weekend 2019. Many people are hitting the road for the weekend, but they're facing higher gas prices, thanks in part to Hurricane Ida. And speaking of Labor Day, the California Highway Patrol says it's beefing up patrols this weekend to catch intoxicated drivers. CHP says it's initiating a maximum enforcement period starting tonight through Monday. That's Labor Day. Last year, during the Labor Day weekend, CHP made 900 arrests for driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol, and 46 people died in crashes that weekend throughout the state. The CHP reminds the public to call 911 if they suspect an intoxicated driver. And the Delano Police Department is cracking down on drunk driving this weekend. Delano police are holding a DUI driver's license checkpoint tomorrow at an undisclosed location. Officers say they'll be looking for impaired drivers. According to DPD, in 2020, they investigated 21 DUI collisions that injured 10 people. Delano police want to remind drivers that DUI is not subjected to booze. Driving while on drugs will also get you a DUI. Drivers caught driving impaired can expect to pay fines up to $13,500. Now to an update on the French fire burning west of Lake Isabella. Containment of this wildfire is now at 47% this afternoon, and it is spreading at a much slower pace than just a week ago. The French fire is believed to have been human-caused and has scorched some 25,000 acres of timber and brushland in the Kern River Valley. And as multiple wildfires continue across California, additional volunteers are also needed to help provide comfort and care when it's needed most. Now, Red Cross Central California has issued an urgent call for volunteers as they continue to respond to the impacts of multiple wildfires throughout the state. If you would like to volunteer, visit redcross.org/volunteer today. The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.